Hi everyone, welcome to another yoga video. My name is Sarah from You Bloom, and I'm here to guide you through a relaxing good morning yoga flow. With that being said, of course, you can take this at any time of the day, but this is designed to really get the body mobilized and warmed up to start your day ahead. There is no special props needed, just hop into something comfy, roll out your yoga mat, or just practice on the floor wherever you're at, and we'll make it work. So that being said, we'll go ahead and get started. We're going to begin in a tabletop. So tabletop, what we're looking for is a pretty decent alignment here to help protect our joints. We want to see wrists, elbows, and shoulders in one line, and then knees under the hip points. Our pointer fingers are directed to the top edge of the mat, and you're imagining this line, kind of like, honestly, I always think of like a broomstick for some reason, or like a staff, running from the crown of the head all the way down to the tailbone. If you can even connect this energetic line where it is extending past the head, past the tailbone, even out from the edges of your mat. And if that is not connecting with you, no worries. Just looking for a neutral, supported spine. Now just notice what's going on in the hands. Are we collapsing all of our weight into the heel? Or can we press more of the weight into the pads of the fingers, into the knuckles as well? And we'll start with the toes tucked and rock forward and back. So pressing the hips back towards the heels, then slightly bringing the shoulders past the wrists. So it's just a very slight press forward. Again, we do not want to be causing any pain on the wrists. So if you do have any wrist injuries, I would not bring the shoulders past the wrists. And I might even suggest coming onto fists if you are dealing with any pain or injuries here. Otherwise, we'll continue to find our little rock forward and back. Taking some deep breaths as we move. The next time the hips are at the heels, pause here and sway side to side. Still gripping into the hands for some support and grounding. And pressing back up into our tabletop, untuck the toes, actively pushing the tops of the feet and the shins into the ground. On a breath in, belly drops, we look forward. Exhale, round the spine, bringing the chin to the chest, arch through the back. Breath in, find your cow pose. Heart is open, belly lengthened. Exhale into your cat. Allow your breath to fuel this movement as we flow through this cat-cow motion. If any additional movement, maybe adding in some hip circles, or you need a break to roll out the wrists. For the last about 3 cycles of breath, I encourage you to find a little play here, just adding in whatever you feel you need. That may also just be sticking to this cat-cow motion. Just a couple more breaths here. And return to a neutral spine. Bring the big toes to touch, knees about as wide as the yoga mat. Breath in, right arm reaches to the sky. Make a fist and roll the wrist. And reverse the direction. On a breath in, open the hand wide again. Push the arm back a little further. On your next exhale, thread the needle, resting on that right shoulder on the right temple. And we're leaving this left hand planted for the moment and start to push the floor away from you. So you'll feel like you're tilting back into that right shoulder a little bit further. Feel the breath flow in and back out. Start to unravel here, right hand back to the sky and back down. Breath in, left hand comes up, we'll make a fist and roll out that wrist. And reverse the direction. Breath in, expand the hand, press the arm back further. Exhale, thread your needle, resting on the shoulder and temple. The right hand is pushing the floor away from you. Feel that stretch behind the shoulder blade into the upper back. On your next exhale, press the floor away, unravel your twist. And bring it back down. Bring the feet back in, so we're coming back into that tabletop alignment. Toes will tuck again. Peel the hips up and back, down dog. Pedal out the feet here. So letting one heel press towards the earth as the opposite lifts. I suggest adding a bending and straightening to the legs as you pedal the feet. And sinking both heels heavy. So the goal here is not necessarily to have the heels touching the floor. Instead, think about lengthening the back of the body. So lengthening through the arms, through the shoulders, the spine. Can we find length more through the through the hamstrings and the calves? Breathing in each breath, creating length and space. Each breath out, softening the muscles. Bend the knees, look forward to your mat. Start to walk your way up, forward fold. Take the feet a little bit wider than hip distance, holding opposite elbows. Give the knees a generous bend, and we'll rock out left to right. So a little ragdoll and some movement. The crown of the head is hanging heavy. The chin slightly curling towards the collarbone. Release the hands down. Now bend the knees even more so the belly's touching the top of the thighs. Curl the chin in. And then I like to think of, if you're familiar with what's called a fiddlehead, or it's like a fern before it unravels. So we're in this tight little ball, this little spiral, and we're pressing the floor away, unfurling ourselves, just like that fiddlehead, becoming a fern, reaching the arms up, maybe adding a little back bend, and exhale, hands down at your side. So taking the feet even wider here, about as wide as your yoga mat. Find a little sway, a little spiral. We're going back to that imagery of nature. Kind of think about if you ever see like a gust of wind, how it picks up a leaf and kind of have that little spiral motion. Imagine you are that little leaf and you are getting rocked and spiraled by the wind here. Such an effortless, beautiful experience. We'll pick up that pace, pick up our gust of wind here, moving a little bit faster. And then not coming to an abrupt stop, but just allow that wind to slowly leave your body. Just whatever wind that is leaving your body. And we'll come back finding a little stillness. Arms will probably be the last part of you to relax. Find stillness. Breath in, arms reach up into this slightly more narrow star pose. Expand the fingers, looking to the sky. Enjoy another big gust of air in through the lungs and the belly. And exhale, let it fold. Right fingertips to the earth, breath in, left hand to the sky. Exhale to release, left hand down, breath in, right arm up. Exhale, release. Slow and controlled, roll back up, hands go wide. Then watch as the palms connect and then land down at your heart. Step the feet in together here. Big toes to touch, just a little space between the heels. Feel the feet grounding down. Fingers interlace, press the palms away, reach up. Lean to the right. And through center to the left. Back through center, release the hands all the way down. Then sweep them back up behind your body and down. So creating some big circles here. If this is causing any pinching in the shoulders, taking a bend to the elbows or making the circles a little smaller can be a nice way to still get this mobilization without causing pain. And we never ever want pain in the body. Pain is usually our body's way of saying, hey, this is not working for us. We need to do something different. It's not a bad thing. It's just time for us to get curious, to modify. And we'll go ahead and reverse that circle if you haven't already. And just remembering that pain can be information for us. It's not necessarily a bad thing. The next time the hands are at the top, we'll pause here, palms connect. Bring the hands down to the heart, bend the knees into this narrow chair. Sink a little lower. And press the floor away, rise back up. Exhale, hands go wide and we dive back down. Plant the palms, step back, down dog. Breath in, left leg lifts. Bend the knees, stacking the hips open. And back to down dog. Breath in, right leg lifts. Bend and stack. Imagine you're trying to touch those right toes to your left ear. Now, obviously, there's no way they'll ever touch, but it's that energetic idea of reaching those toes to the left ear. And then back through three-leg dog to down dog. Take a big breath in. Exhaling, knees to the earth. Knees go wide, big toes touch. Sink it back, child's pose. Allow the weight of the head to rest heavy. The hands, the ankles and elbows are also dropping into the ground. Slide the hands back to the knees and slowly roll back up here. So keeping this kind of wide stance with the legs. Now bring the hands right in front of the knees and turning the fingers to the outer edge of the mat. So fingers pointing away from each other. Option one, if you're like, oh, that's a nice stretch on the wrists and forearms, stay right here. Option two, we can rock side to side. And coming back through stillness, hands may stay here. Another option, continue this turn so the fingers are pointing towards your body. Now they may not come all the way, they may stop somewhere on that journey. They may also stop where we started. Again, totally perfect. Whatever is going on with your body, we're going to meet it there. We have those options to stay in stillness or find your rock side to side. And keeping the hands in whatever shape they're already in, pause here. Feel some length through the upper body. So a little lift of the chin, not cranking through the neck, but just creating some slight length in the back of that neck. Looking right out in front, draw a deep breath in and sigh it out. Another breath like that. Now, if you really want to get into this, and I highly encourage you, especially if you're doing this at home, going to take what's called lion's breath. So the tongue will come out as you take a big sigh out the mouth. So do that here, big breath in through the nose. Tongue comes out, sigh it out. And one more time, just like that, embrace the silliness of this. I know your hands are probably barking at you, so go ahead and release. Come down to the elbows, roll out those wrists. Give the hands a little shake. Take your time pressing up through all fours. We're going to swing the legs to one side, coming into a seat, whether that is cross-leg or anything else. Props are always welcome and encouraged to sit up on if you would like. And if it feels comfortable, we'll bring one hand over heart center, the other hand over the belly. Closing the eyes for a beat here. Noticing the flow of your breath. Is the tempo fast or slow? Do you feel the breath in a certain area of the body? And no right or wrong answers. Just taking this last moment to notice, to sit in this peaceful place of observation. I encourage you to sit here with your breath for as long as it feels comfortable, for as long as you have the time. But if you are ready to start your busy day ahead, bring the hands to heart center. And together, take this final moment to feel our gratitude. Gratitude for yoga, gratitude for your body's ability to practice yoga, gratitude for your ability to practice yoga even outside of this asana practice. Gratitude for our community and all communities that we can grow and learn from. Thank you for being here with me today, and I look forward to practicing with you again soon. Have a wonderful day.